All right, there's been a lot of transactions with the Chicago Bears roster, so let's go ahead and do a quick rundown of the depth chart and kind of how the team is stacking up here. So what is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talk, and of course, NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears, guys. And if you are a Bears fan, I implore you, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I promise you won't regret it. Hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video because there are a lot of them that I drop. All right, so with that being said, let's get into this video. I'm going to break down the Chicago Bears depth chart. After all of these moves have happened, let's take a look at who's going to be the projected starters. We're literally so close to week 1 against the 49ers. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. We'll hop into my computer and get into it.
We've got the Chicago Bears depth chart pulled up here. So we're going to take a look at the starters. We're going to take a look at the depth chart, break it all down for you guys as we head right into the regular season. So let's go ahead and get started here. We'll start with the offense and the quarterback position. Obviously, you got Justin Fields as your QB1 and then Trevor Siemian as your backup. There's really no dispute there, and there's no reason to carry 3 quarterbacks, and the Bears didn't. So we're good there. Running back, you got Monty. He's a starter, unquestioned. I know there's a lot of Khalil Herbert fans, but I'm sorry, David Montgomery right now is the best running back, period, on this Bears roster overall when you take everything into account. Khalil Herbert, great backup. Love him having him there, if I could say that properly. And then Tristan Ebner, I think he's going to be an underrated weapon for us as a pass-catching third down running back. So love that. So running back room, feel pretty good about. Let's go to the wide receivers here. And the starters they've listed here are Mooney, Pringle, and Equanimeous St. Brown. I think that's accurate. I think those are going to be our 3 starters and 3 wide receiver sets as the season begins. And then behind them, you've got Dante Pettis, Velus Jones Jr., and Emir Smith-Marset. And I think that's accurate because we know Taja Sharp's off for the year. And then N'Keal Harry's going to be back after 4 weeks. And we don't know how he's going to fit into the rotation. But as of right now, I feel pretty good with our 6 receivers. I think IMS is going to be a guy a lot of Bears fans are not going to think highly of, but I think he could surprise us. And who knows, maybe by the end of the season, he could be one of the starters. I'm just saying, bold prediction here. Velus Jones Jr., obviously, he's going to be the X factor for this group. He's another guy who brings a lot of potential and explosiveness. And then Dante Pettis, man, he's been one of Justin Fields' favorite weapons in the passing game. Great route running we've seen from him, so I like that. So overall, I feel a lot better about the receiving core than I did, I guess at the start of the summer. All right, let's go to the offensive line here. Actually, let's go to the tight end first. Cole Kmet and then Ryan Griffin. Those are our 2 tight ends. And then we've got Trayvon Westco, who we picked up from the Jets. A lot of teams put in a waiver claim for him, man. He was a hot commodity, so we got him. So we finally have our 3rd tight end. I did prefer James O'Shaughnessy, but for whatever reason, it didn't work out with him, and he's no longer part of his team. So you needed another tight end. We're going to run a lot of 2 tight end sets, and you can't do that with just 2 tight ends. You need more depth on that roster. So you got Trayvon Westco. And then I didn't mention the fullback, but we'll go to that next. But Jake Tongas can also play the tight end position. All right. So speaking of fullback, Kari Blasingame, he's going to be utilized a lot in this offense with the run game being the lead blocker on a lot of those. And then Jake Tongas, he caught a touchdown in the preseason. He's a guy who I was a little surprised made the roster, but he's obviously going to be a guy who will be valuable as a backup and also as potentially a 3rd, 4th tight end. All right, offensive line, Braxton Jones, the impressive 5th-round rookie who's going to be starting at the left tackle spot. Justin Fields' blindside, that's a big responsibility, but Braxton showed so far that he is ready for that challenge. Cody Whitehair at the left guard spot, that's his lockdown position. Lucas Patrick, hopefully he's back for week 1, and when he is the starting center for this team. Tevin Jenkins holding down that right guard spot. He's been playing very well there. And then finally, right tackle, they've got Riley Reef listed here, but I feel like Larry Borum could potentially be the starting right tackle. They've got Larry Borum actually as a backup on the left tackle spot. So there's something that I might disagree with a little bit. Ja'Tyre Carter made the team. We know that. And then Sam Musford, I'm not a big fan of him, but he provides some depth. And Alex Leatherwood, who we signed, he could be a X factor for us depending on how well he plays. So we'll see there. And then that's kind of the offensive line. Michael Schofield has been cut. We know that. But yeah, man, Borum or Reef. We'll see who starts around that right tackle spot. But I was thinking maybe Borum was going to be the guy. All right, let's go to the defensive side. We'll take a look at the line here. And you got Travis Gibson, Angelo Blackson, Justin Jones, and Robert Quinn along as your front four in this new 4-3 defense. And I got to tell you, folks, Armand Watts, who we picked up from the Vikings, there's a scenario I could see him being a starter by sometime during the season. So that could potentially be the case. And then you got Dominique Robinson, who's flashed as a pass rusher. The rookie, Mike Pennell, I was a little surprised he made the roster, but provides some veteran experience. And then Al-Qadim Muhammad, I thought he'd be a starter, but right now he's not listed as one. Okay? And then linebacker group, Roquan Smith, Nicholas Morrow, and then you've got your backups here in Matthew Adams and Jack Sanborn. Jack Sanborn has been a really impressive man, undrafted free agent. I'm so glad he made the roster. Cornerbacks, Jalen Johnson, Lamar Jackson, Josh Blackwell. I was surprised Lamar Jackson made the team, but he's a guy who's been healthy and, he's produced so far in practices and in training camp and preseason. Jaquan Brisker, and then Dane Cruikshank at the strong safety position, and then free safety Eddie Jackson, DHC Elijah Hicks. Hicks, I'm happy for him making the roster, 7th round rookie. I know he was a guy who was very hyped to make the team, 6th or 7th round, one of those two. Kendall Vildor, Jalen Jones, another guy I was surprised made the team, and then Kyler Gordon, the nickelback. That's what he's listed as. I'm surprised that, but he's played at the nickelback spot a lot of training camp in preseason, so I shouldn't be that surprised. Punter, Trenton Gill, place kicker, Cairo Santos, and then long snapper, Patrick Scales. No surprise there. Those are our 3 locks, and wow, they've even got guys listed here on the practice squad. I broke that down in another video, but I like a lot of the guys on the practice squad we have with Thomas Graham, with Isaiah Coulter, Sam Kamara had a great preseason. There's a lot of guys here. So overall, feeling really good about this team, guys. Let me know what you guys think.